morning, everybody. Welcome to Jackson RC Aviation Truckin' Trusses. We got 2 loads to Vienna, Virginia today. We're loaded. We just got to get out of the yard. So, don't forget to like and subscribe button. And enjoy the ride. trying to get the fuck out of here.
It's not you with the floors on, is it?
No, that's well.
Why does it look like he's got floors and trusses? Can't we just go out the front gate?
They got three forklifts in there doing some shit. Hey, can you open that gate up? Can you open that gate?
it was a combination of career bureaucrats, and it started in the Office of Security, which is who's in charge of security clearance. And this is one of the problems that you have is the security clearance office has little oversight, and they can take action without, they can suspend you without due process. They're supposed to then give you due process if they try to remote your clearance, but instead of doing that, they convinced somebody that they were going to do it, so they could just take the web of shady bureaucratic actions they can do to people right now.
Something that you also raised and something I worry about is, how do you ensure that the programs, the grants that, have been eliminated will come back under the guise of priorities that, we would support. You talk about, their effective rebranding or marketing of certain grant programs as things that, I think regular, normal people would find appropriate, but we're really just sinister ideological, things that bring the fly under the radar. So how can we prevent that from happening again across the federal agencies?
Yes, well, they got to have much tighter supervision for one thing, and the Bush administration, often fell short, and that's why I think you're seeing this very hands-on approach in removing a lot of staff throughout
Thanks, man. You too, Doug. Friday.
Absolutely.
Just for emergency use, you two are tying it all up.
They basically are running corporate operations where they set up programs that end up being corporate operations for the CIA. That a lot of it don't even know what's going on. That doesn't have much oversight.
Well, they don't do as much as they need to make issues.
You fellas be safe, man. I'm about to jump out of here and strap these things down so I can get up this road.
Credit than they deserve. But they are.
10-4, buddy.
What they do, I think, we're looking at a lot of media operations, which you can argue that sometimes maybe what media is the payroll that they do after all the time. These media are pushing, great DI, which is, that makes coordination tool to make you aware of your privilege, and so you're given an identity.
Let's get out 495 to Route 7 and go across. What'd you say?
You're lots.
Nope, not for that. Saving electricity.
And we made it to Friday. And here we go, 395. Those of you coming off the Beltway are up in 95, completely up to speed, past King Street into Shirlington. But hang on, now we're really crawling across the 14th Street Bridge. The crash up ahead is before the 3rd Street tunnel. Story on the Baltimore Washington Parkway. It's a slow go out of Greenbelt going northbound. The crash before you get to the exit from 197. Trying to get to the BW Parkway westbound 32. We're still in that stop and go. Tow truck on the scene of the crash, 32 west. Before the BW Parkway, the jam before Annapolis Road. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WBL Stormwide 7 forecast.
All right, there's a lot in the forecast. Pay attention now. Today it'll be sunny, but breezy, with next around 50 degrees. Tonight, everybody, overnight low around the low 30s. Then tomorrow gets really icy, winter alert, where we've got snow, and then it'll turn into a wintry mix. We're looking at sleet and ice, rain, ice, maybe getting up to 40 degrees.
touchdown. out. Signal. That's space.
Parts of the country. Yesterday, the NCAA stepped up. They changed their rules, and now men's sports will be men's sports, women's sports will be women's sports. All right. So now what about our famous Northern Virginia schools? Alexandria, Arlington, Fairfax, Loudoun, Prince William, are you listening? Ian Pryor is going to make sure you listen. He, of course, is a dad out of Loudoun County, and the public enemy number one of the Loudoun Love Warriors, let's not forget. Ian, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Larry and Patrice.
So what about it? How are these school boards now going to react to the president's executive orders, and what can you, as senior advisor to America First Legal, do to help nudge them along?
Yeah, well, these executive orders, I mean, fantastic. What President Trump has done in 2.5 weeks is quite frankly amazing. We sent a letter on Monday on investigation asking for civil rights investigations into those five school districts: Alexandria, Arlington, Fairfax, Loudoun, and Prince William. I mean, certainly they're not the only ones in Virginia, but those are the ones that really service the nation's capital. And they are not going to change. They still have these policies that allow boys and girls rooms, bathrooms, locker rooms, playing in girls sports in conjunction with the PHSL. And once we sent that letter, they said, look, we're gonna keep doing it. So you know what? They're gonna lose their federal funds. We're certainly hopeful that the Department of Education investigates, and if they do, we're confident they will find that these schools are in violation of federal law, and they are not therefore entitled to federal funds.
Which is hugely important. I'm just looking at your X feed here, and you posted about Aaron Spence, superintendent of the Loudoun County Public Schools, that he said during a budget meeting they're going to continue, if regardless of what the Trump administration is doing, they're going to continue to allow boys and girls bathrooms and locker rooms. So you talked about the defunding of these public school counties potentially if they don't get on board. What is the impact of legislation? I mean, Virginia's got a Democratic legislature, but certainly a Republican governor. What can, from a legislative perspective, be done as well, maybe to nudge Virginia or at least some of those other states along to ensure that that they're abiding by both federal law and now state law?
Well, you don't even need legislation. That's the thing. I mean, these entities here in the Commonwealth have to follow federal law. You have to be a supremacy clause, right? State laws like the Human Rights Act that prevents discrimination on the basis of sex needs to be read in conjunction with Title IX and Equal Protection Clause. So there's really, you can go after them, these school districts under state law. And look, I mean, we've been at this for a while, and if there's a message that I want to say from American First Legal to these 5 school districts, it's this. They run the schools in the communities surrounding the capital of the United States of America. Right? They need to be a model for the country. And until they start following the law, we are going to keep exposing them. We are going to keep taking them to court. We are going to keep highlighting their lawlessness for the Department of Education and ultimately for the Department of Justice.
And Ian Pryor is our guest. Ian, Patrice mentions we have a great governor. Glenn Youngkin's a great governor of Virginia. We have a great attorney general, Jason Murais. And the sort of the easy thing is to sort of shrug and say, well, it's Northern Virginia. What are you going to do? Glenn Youngkin cares deeply about all Virginians, whether they live in a Democrat-dominated district or not. What can he do? Now, he was at that EO signing in the East Room. He's obviously motivated by these issues. Can't he exercise his powers as the chief executive of the Commonwealth of Virginia? Can't he empower the Attorney General to get in there proactively and do something? These school boards can't continue to flout the law.
Right corner.
Yeah, no, look, I think you're exactly right.
Clear
I
one.
think that, for the past
Right side.
years, unfortunately, under the Biden administration and their Title IX rule and their interpretation, it's really hamstrung what Governor Youngkin and Attorney General Murais could do. But Trump has really empowered them. He's given them the opportunity to say, look, this is how we use the administration uses federal law. Federal law is approved. State law has to come into compliance with federal law. That's what the president's responsible. Now, hey, President Trump has given Glenn Youngkin and Jason Murais a runway, and I'm confident that they're going to fulfill the expectations of people that really put them into office in 2021.
Left side.
You know what else I'm confident of, Ian Pryor? I'm confident that there is a Democrat politician, his last name is Spanberger, who would hate for this to be topic number 1 this year of 2025. Wouldn't you agree?
I would agree. Look, I think the irony here is that this issue was the forefront in the 2021 election. And I remember telling the Loudoun County School Board that we could do this all day, every day until the law changed. That was 4 years ago. And the Harry said, and Fairfax County, and I want to remind them that I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. Neither is American First Legal.
And neither is O'Connor and Company and WMDL. And if you think this is a winning issue, Democrats, Ms. Spanberger, you think this is a winning issue, just ask Governor Terry McAuliffe, who's finishing up his second term. Oh, that's right. He lost, in a humiliating way. Thank you, Ian. Always great to talk to you.
Absolutely, thank you.
Hey, call my friends Debbie, Sarah, and Reynolds and Power Home Team with Keller Williams. Got to get a second opinion on selling your home. They could put thousands more in your pocket. The real estate agent you choose matters. Debbie and Sarah, they set themselves apart from the rest of the realtors out there. They've got results-driven home seller programs that are the envy of the industry. They specialize in selling homes fast and for top dollar. Debbie and Sarah have over 16,700 buyers that are pre-screened and qualified, sitting in their buyers and waiting program. More buyers equals more offers. More offers means more money. More money means, well, you know what that means. They're so confident in their services that if your home doesn't sell, that means they'll buy it at a price agreeable to you. That's their guarantee. They'll put it in writing. 844-344-SOLD. 844-344-SOLD or WSTheBuyers.com.
This is Dr. Riddleman with D&D Weight Loss. In 2024, we were able to change the lives of thousands of people when our metabolic reset weight loss program. You know the secret? Eating 1 pound of fat every day, no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no counting points or calories, no drugs, no surgery, no injections, no risk of serious side effects. There's no better time than now to give yourself a gift of a new life. This new year, the game of D&D Weight Loss can help you thrive in 2025. For your free consultation, go to dndweightloss.com. Here's Katie, the success story.
Possibly, I just feel better also having that feeling especially more. I feel so much more confident. It's so simple. Coaches are with you every single day.
The D&D Weight Loss program today by calling 571-532-5700 or dmbweightloss.com. That's dmbweightloss.com.
7:45 WMAL traffic and weather. Everything transfers down the 5s with Jimmy Wick in the Lane Traffic Center. Traffic is brought to you by Truckin.
And you know what's good? All lanes are up on the freeway now as you come off of the 14th Street Bridge near Main Avenue. That crash out of the travel lanes. Now, I know a lot of you are feeling delayed on the bridge, and you should start to see some movement slow on George Washington in each direction with the new traffic pattern near 123 as lanes shift. It's a bit tricky there, to say the least. On 29, Colesville Road, development for the crash just right. It looks like it's going to be right as you move across over the top of the lake. Stop right now. Now, the garage door, air.com, that we may have store 174 today. This is either up the end of the freezing for Saturday morning. The traffic from Lake Snow Shoppers to development morning.
scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-239-1749. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. For affordable term life insurance, call 800-239-1749. 800-239-1749 or BigLou.com.
Miss anything? Don't worry, we've got you covered. Get today's breaking news on the Vince Colonnade Show, weekdays 3 to 6, right here on WMAL.
Do you do the T-T thing, or do you say T-Swift, or you just go full proper Taylor Swift, Miss Swift, like Tiffany? Just kind of like no T-T, no T-Swift, no.
I don't like that. I mean, I feel like those are very personal things to give someone.
And seem to be just fine with the Swifties. Seem to be
Yeah,
fine
a lot of them are deluded to think they're her best friends. So, I mean, I know people think they're best friends.
It is the Super Bowl this weekend, and that means it's Taylor Swift all the time, because that's all that that's not all that matters, actually. The football game is kind of important. In fact, guess who's going to the Super Bowl?
Yes, President Trump.
President of the United States. Yes.
Now here's my question to you,
The Super
though.
Bowl isn't bad enough. Yes.
Well, here's my question to you. Who's going to get bigger applause and attention, President Trump or Taylor Swift?
carried both states, Pennsylvania and Missouri. All right, and so that's the fan bases on both sides of the ball love Trump, number one, and the Eagles fans hate Taylor Swift. So you gotta think just by sheer math, he's going to get it also. Well, now that is interesting. Do you think Dr. Jill will show up and root for her Eagles? As you know, Jill Biden, the first lady, the former first lady, is a huge Eagles fan.
Right. Yeah, right.
So they had their media day for the Super Bowl, and reporters, of course, run out of questions to ask if they even had any in the first place. So, of course, they ask about Trump. Here's Travis Kelce, also known as Mr. Taylor Swift, answering a question about Trump coming to the Super Bowl.
Yesterday that President Trump described as a pretty good winner. I just wondered what you thought about that and how it's going to feel to play in front of them on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, it's always cool to be able to play in front of a sitting president, someone that is at the top position in our country. And so I didn't see that clip, but obviously it's cool to hear that he's seen me play football and respects the game that I play.
All right, so by the way, it turns out Jill Biden, Dr. Jill, former First Lady, former President, believe Jill, will be going to the Super Bowl without her husband.
That's interesting.
That question. Hey, here's what's amazing. You know, we're used to, back in the old days, the president would always call the locker room after the Super Bowl and congratulate the team, congratulate the MVP. That was it. They stopped doing it after, I'm not sure why. But what's shocking, and I could not believe this when I saw it, Donald Trump going to the Super Bowl in New Orleans this Sunday. It will be the first time in American history that a sitting president has gone to a Super Bowl, which is astounding.
That is
I can't
shocking.
believe we've never had a president go to a Super Bowl.
I'm surprised either. I'm not sure if maybe he doesn't want to have to pick a side. Is that the reason why? Or maybe the security risks would be great?
Maybe security.
That's the only thing I can think of. But listen, President Trump has survived two assassination attempts. So at this point, he should be able to go anywhere he pleases.
I hope so. Let's not forget, on New Year's Eve, there was a terror attack in New Orleans, in the city of New Orleans. We're going to discuss that and other things about the Super Bowl back in Royal. Also, Bret Baier is joining us at 8:35, and he's going to be doing an exclusive interview with Donald Trump at the Super Bowl. So we'll get into all of that right now.
First on the fives, here's Jamie Whitten in the Hadid Car Cleaning Traffic Center.
Heads up, Silver Spring. The crash on 29 Colesville Road is right at the Beltway. This is really bunching up. Not only 29, the University University Boulevard each direction as well to merge into the active. So be ready. And as you come off the Beltway in that area, very slow. Now, Georgia Avenue, New Hampshire Avenue, that looks fantastic down to the Beltway. A couple of options for you. Much better into Laurel, crash north. Parkway 197 cleared. Residual delays westbound 32. The crash looks like it after 198 for the BW Parkway over to the shoulder. Now from the garage door, repair.com. The WMAL store forecast. Highs around 50. Breezy to windy at times. A little light snow possible tomorrow morning before transitioning to sleet, freezing rain, and plain rain. Temperatures will be in the 30s. We're dry though Sunday for the big game. Highs in the 50s. Dry Monday as well, but accumulating snow looking likely Tuesday. Somebody's going to be around to find the wind.
Thanks, Eileen. It's 47 degrees at Reagan National at 7:56.
Leslie is a truck driver. A truck driver with IRS troubles. They told me other than $43,000. It got really bad.
I don't know what this guy's doing.
I don't know either, but after this box truck gets by, we'll roll around him.
Relief at 2 a.m.
We're going to get a receipt, but I actually got somewhere with an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Something great. 18 of people that know what they're doing.
Optima tax relief came through.
Call it adjusting his flip-flops.
Take Leslie's advice.
Clear.
Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-908-1755. 800-908-1755. 800-908-1755. Optima tax relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Why don't you use the sleep number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side of your Sleep Number setting. And now save 50% on the new Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Plus free home delivery when you add a base. Ends Monday. Exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? How are you? Pancreas. I can be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or disloid stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
If it's a big size or your toilet won't flush, call on tech, we can be there in a rush. Taking all seasons, all systems, all time.
Listen weekday mornings at 8:29 for the first 100 Days Report, tracking President Trump's newsworthy events his first 100 days in office. The first 100 days is presented by Leonardo DRS. Our agility, your advantage.
Celebrate Valentine's Day at Whole Foods Market. Prime members get a 24-stem bunch of roses for $24.99 each from February 10th through 14th. What a better way to say I love you. While supplies last, shop in-store or online on terms apply. It's not just a donation.
It's a warm blanket. It's a bottle of clean water.
It's a roof and a bed. Please donate now to help people affected by the 2025 California wildfires.
Go to redcross.org. Help. Find your next car at the Washington, D.C. Auto Show. From fuel-efficient hybrids to powerful trucks and everything in between. This is your chance to find the perfect match. Washington, D.C. Auto Show. January 31st to February 9th. Get your tickets now at WashingtonAutoShow.com.
Alright, coming up in New Orleans, ready for the Super Bowl security freeze. Mission was just a fun with a terror attack on New Year's Eve. Such as the president will talk to New Orleans native Raymond Arroyo. Fox will check in with Bret Baier of Fox News Channel. Here, it's a Power Company with Larry and Patrice.
WMAL-FM with Bridge, Washington, a Cumulus Media Station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 5.9. Now.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm John Matthews. Maryland, one of a dozen states wanted to sue the Trump administration to stop Doge's access to Treasury Department records.
As the richest man in the world, Elon Musk is not the steam train well, but in order
country, no one is above the law. The president does not have the power to give away private information. He chooses on sensitive information for millions of Americans, like social security numbers along with state bank account data. The attorneys general say this level of access was unlawful and unacceptable. Is a special government employee. Thanks to taxpayer dollars. Heather Curtis on WMAL window.
Time when the feds are working to eliminate AI, but the county is doubling down to keep it peaceful.
Focus on diversity. Equity in phase 3 focuses on community engagement. Action plans. Kristen Umstead supported the White House stance.
I do think we need to start preparing for a loss of federal funding across many different sectors.
I fully understand we're actually trying to solve past 7 to 2.
The Federal Immigration Enforcement brings up a new survey finds the most delayed in the country. Cook County.
Reynolds Power Homes. Simply text your address to 800-760
Tuesday. And 7 News meteorologist Eileen Whalen.
Right now it is 43 in Newington, 44 in Laurel, 46 at Reagan National. I'm John Matthews, News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. O'Connor and Company.
It's O'Connor and Company on this Friday before Super Bowl weekend, and we're I'm kind of excited about it and excited to continue to pursue the daily travails of the Trump administration as we have a front row seat here of the president's operating at breakneck speed. All his promises will continue talking about all of that distributing as the morning goes on. Also in 30 minutes, Bret Baier will chime in not just on that stuff, but on his exclusive interview with President Trump that will air during the Super Bowl. A Super Bowl game that President Trump himself will attend. Good Lord, victories on amazing. A lot to get to.
That's a lot.
Yeah, let's turn to New Orleans' favorite song and good friend of this program as that town gets ready for the Super Bowl. He is, of course, Raymond Arroyo, host of Arroyo Grande. Fox News contributor Raymond, as they say down there in the Big Easy, where you at?
Well, I'm in New Orleans. I'm worried that it's starting to get this down there. You know, New Orleans is all the Washington is appreciate this. Remember how miserable it was getting around during the inauguration in Washington? Well, that apparatus was out to New Orleans. So, it's been locked down with canines, tanks, 2,000 officers on the street. It's like it's a big state. The only people not welcome here are silver people and terrorists. You don't want anybody on the dime.
Apparently, I am welcome with open arms in New Orleans, which is good to know. But the security has been like that, Raymond, regardless of the president's visit.
Well, I think, yes, because all of that terrorist attack we had here on New Year's Day, you know, where the guy ran that truck down Bourbon Street, and we just saw the vulnerability of New Orleans and the lack of preparedness. When you had, you know, the Sugar Bowl game that just had as many people in town for that event as you have now, because, you know, you have 100,000 people who were packing into the dome, and they weren't ready at the time. They didn't have the proper barricades.
I gotta ask you, is that the scandal that it should be for the mayor and the police chief? I mean, any other functioning city, that sort of thing happens, and it would be an absolute outrage for voters, for the local papers. They'd be destroying these people's political careers.
Larry, you are so right. You know, my friend James for the great writer, always calls us bottom on the floor here in the world. You know, we are we're a mini-run, you know, not Caribbean enclave in the United States, and many times, I mean, we have potholes the size of some of the Super Bowl buses carrying teams around, and they're still here. They didn't fix it. You know, they put some new gates up, new signage, but, you know, thank God I did no rain in the forecast, and the potholes have not been fixed. It's negligence is kind of, you know, what I think that N in New Orleans stands for. The biggest problem is the local hospital. I'm the son of a born and raised here. I live here now because we wanted our children to be a part of the wonderful culture and people here. However, the mismanagement of the government is outrageous. The mayor and the city council and the sheriff's department, the police department rather, in New Orleans should be held responsible. Thank God the feds came in because of this tragedy and locked this city down. You know, you guys, the Department of Justice, you've got the Homeland Security, the FBI, state and local officials here on the ground. So I do think it's safe. And look, first time any president has ever come to the Super Bowl. This is a big deal.
That's right.
They gotta be sure it's safe.
Well, Raymond Arroyo, I love New Orleans. I got married down there because I love the food, and I love it's so vibrant and full of life and culture. And as a Caribbean woman, you know, I definitely love that. But I also love part of what's the talent is part of the Super Bowl is having Lauren Daigle. She's going to be singing "Is It the America the Beautiful." Talk to us about what she told you when you interviewed her recently.
Yeah, I did. You know, we made some news. I interviewed her this week on my Arroyo Grande podcast, which you should all go listen to. And Lauren and Trombone Shorty are doing the God Bless America. And back in 2020, the mayor of New Orleans canceled Lauren Daigle because she dared to break what she called were her COVID protocols. Lauren was walking by a prayer group of people praying outside. They asked her up on stage to sing with them. She did. She got on her bike and went home. The mayor, as a result of that, canceled her from the New Year's Eve celebration on ABC. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
This was a big deal. Publicly went after her and got her bumps in the Dick Clark rocket New Year's Eve. So here she is 5 years later, and she told me she feels vindicated by this time. You know, that sometimes, you know, you just...
Right side,
She said, God will rule, and it only takes 5 years in some cases, at least in her time frame. So it was kind of cool. But she's an amazing talent and a really, really great person. I mean, I was really touched by her inspirational story.
Speaking with Raymond Arroyo, you mentioned his podcast, Arroyo Grande, and of course you know him as a frequent contributor on Fox News Channel. But Raymond, of course, many of us got to know you through your great work at AWT, and that you continue to do so. I got to ask you about the Catholic Church here in America, because you're one of the most well-informed and plugged-in journalists covering it on a regular basis. There seems to be some confusion and some mixed messages coming from the U.S. Council of Bishops, especially with regard to President Trump's border security and immigration policies and the deportation of criminals. Clearly, it's not the U.S. Catholic bishops or Catholic Church teachers.
Showing a couple on the shoulder within the next mile.
The government doesn't have the right to deport violent criminals from their midst if they are in the country illegally.
Yeah, well, you're right, Larry. Look, the Catholic Church teaching says, and this is often forgotten even by the bishops' conference, Catholic teaching is the country, nation, has a sovereign right to regulate immigration and protect its people. That's first one. Then they say if the country can, it can welcome the migrant, it should, but within limits, set by itself. So this idea that we just open the gate and everybody can come in is ridiculous. But Vatican, in fact, just passed a law last week, 2 weeks ago, that if you violate, you are trying to walk into that community married with a Arabian wife or an escort, guess what? 4 to 5 years jail time. I believe that people
Wait, Raymond, what if you claim refugee status? What if you ask for asylum? I'm sure there's you know, just like
years jail term. I mean, everybody's a refugee, you know, everybody, I look, we're settling refugees. It's down to give a pass. I was down there at the border. I watched these migrants coming over embedded with Border Patrol. The same people I saw coming across the Rio Grande at 3 a.m., Catholic Charities were handing manila envelopes and airplane tickets and sending them on the plane to New York with me the next day. I'm sorry, everybody's not a refugee. And the bishops paid $2.9 billion for the last 4 years for the Biden administration, resettling these illegal aliens. That is criminal. It shouldn't be happening. The government shouldn't be doing it. The bishop shouldn't be facilitating it.
Well, and that extends to a lot of the nonprofit organizations as well that you rightly just pointed out are helping facilitate the human trafficking that's happening. So when USAID cuts all this funding, I'm hopeful that a lot of Catholics and people of faith are not going to say, oh no, it's cutting funding to the poor. It's actually just cutting bad funding to programs that shouldn't be funded.
No, Patricia, you're 100% right. Look, the crime here is, this is the people who started this were well-intentioned. They wanted to help people in distress. My heart goes out to my father's an immigrant. My father came to this country as a child. But he waited 8 years and had a sponsor in the country and served in the Marines. So that's a proper way to go about it. You cannot have a disorderly process. And the church, even for the best motives, wanting to help others, wanting to help the other, wanting to help those in distress, that is not an excuse for helping people break the law, or as you said, facilitate trafficking and becoming the last handoff for the cartels. That's what breaks my heart, that we are facilitating these illegal and horrible criminal enterprises in the United States.
Agreed. And as you know, Raymond, it's hard enough to be a Catholic, but then with the misinformation and the confusion about what those representing our church say publicly, it makes it that much harder. And it would be nice.
Well, the cutbacks are coming, Larry. You know, CRS, Catholic Relief Services, they're cutting it down by 50% bracing.
Wow.
Because so much of their budget comes from the federal government. But that shouldn't be. Charity begins with the pews. not
That's right.
not with the capital and the appropriations.
Yes.
That's right. The government, like the Catholic Church, may have the best intentions and actually have the saintly goals, but sadly, when it's operated by men, it becomes corrupted. Because guess what? We're all sinners. And if you're going to prove that in New Orleans this weekend, Raymond Arroyo, we can't wait to watch it all night. You behave yourself.
I'm going to behave myself. I'm trying to stay away from downtown. No, you know where I love to watch the Super Bowl? From my couch. You know, and I'm 7 minutes from the Superdome, but it's not one I want to get here. I'm going to go with Vienna tonight, tomorrow night. No, I'm not.
By the way, all that security, you let everybody know that it's not Trump's fault they have that security, and it's not because of threat of terrorism. This is all Taylor Swift. She's the one who demanded all that security. Make sure they all know who's to blame.
Well, there are a lot of big names in that building when Trump announced he was coming. It's on the sidewalk perimeter on the side of the Superdome. I mean, it's a nightmare. And as you remember, I showed you one way in. You know, they're going to just move everything to one or two choke points. So it's just the wonderful thing about New Orleans is you can walk from the hotels to the Superdome. It's not like other cities with
That's true.
stadiums 14 miles away. It's very close.
And unlike the inauguration, it's not going to be 5 degrees. Yeah, you'll
That's true.
Thank you, Raymond. Enjoy it.
Thank you so much, sir. This is fun.
Thank you, my friends. Have a wonderful day. Talk to you.
8:17 now. Let's get the game equipment and if you cover good traffic.
All right, pretty mellow for the most part. We have a bit of volume, of course, in areas. Gaithersburg, that's where we have a crash now. On 355 southbound Frederick Road, just south of Shady Grove Road. We have a car that ran into a utility pole. It was a 2-car accident, so a lot going on there. We might have that ongoing again with the utility pole damage. Southbound 29, Colesville Road crash. Cleanup was at the it looks like they have traffic lanes open. Seeing that delay starting to recede a bit. New trouble spots going to be on the freeway still with this crash. Westbound 695 after the 3rd Street tunnel, jammed off of the 11th Street Bridge and 295. So much for that delay. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Stormline 7 forecast.
Mostly sunny today, breezy with highs around 50 degrees, and tonight partly cloudy overnight lows around 30 degrees. Now tomorrow it's going to get really dicey. We got a winter alert. We'll have snow in the morning, turning into a wintry mix. Expect sleet and ice conditions with highs maybe in the upper 30s, could hit 40. Sunday then partly sunny, breezy, and highs back up to the 50s. Right now it is 47 degrees at 8:18.
WNAL, making sense of the news. Live from the Home Paramount Pest Control Studios. Home Paramount, the leader in pest control since 1939.
Well, the Democrats did one of those all-nighters where they tried to delay the vote on confirmation of Russ' vote, the OMB director from Trump's first term and the nominee for the second term. And it sounded like a literal temper tantrum all night long on the Senate floor. Take a listen to this.
Pursuant to Rule 12, no debate is permitted during a vote. The senator will suspend.
Mr. Kelly.
Pursuant to Rule 12, no debate is permitted during a vote. The senator will suspend.
Mr. Kennedy. Mr. Kim.
Pursuant to Rule 12, no debate is permitted during a vote. The senator will suspend.
Mr. King.
Pursuant to Rule 12, no debate is permitted during a vote.
Ms. Klobuchar.
No debate is permitted during a vote. The senator will suspend.
You see what's going on here. Every
Yes.
time a Democrat was called to just say aye or nay on the confirmation, they tried to do this big speech and scream and what. So here's what they did. They rallied together. They put out these videos on social media. Look at us. We're drinking coffee and Red Bulls and we're pulling an all-nighter and we're delaying the vote on Russ' vote. We are drawing the line in the sand. We will not let this stand. Russ' vote must go down to defeat. Final vote. Russ' vote was confirmed, 53 to 47.
It was going to happen
No
anyway.
impact. No impact
Well, no.
whatsoever.
This is all the Democrats can do right now. All they can do is just hem and haw and cry. And for the number of times I have heard cancer treatments and children, feeding children coming out of Klobuchar or every other Democrat who doesn't want Doge to cut spending. I mean, I probably have $1 million every time I heard that at this point. But they don't have a plan. They don't know how to move forward, and they can't get over their own bias to figure out how they can work together with conservatives because I mean, they think that that will alienate them from their own party base.
Yep, I have said this before. I said this early on about Russ Vought, and when I was so excited when I learned that he would be returning as OMB director. I got to meet him and members of his staff during the first Trump administration. Russ Vought will, in fact, be the most impactful member of this Trump administration.
Yes.
Let me just put it this way. They're afraid of Doge and Elon Musk and what he's uncovering and showing through the Department of Government Efficiency. The Department of Government Efficiency really doesn't have any constitutional authority. They can't do anything other than just look at things and advise. Russ Vought is the muscle behind Doge. He's the sledgehammer behind Doge. And let's not forget, Russ Vought, during the first Trump administration, actually began initiatives to end DEI programs, end critical race theory training that had infiltrated and permeated throughout the executive branch of government under Barack Obama. He was against DEI and cutting DEI before it was cool. And Russ Vought now can hit the ground running on day one. There's going to be no lag time. He knows exactly where his office is. He knows exactly where the bodies are buried. And that he is going to kick butt. That's why they're scared. It's great. So we're on your side, Mr. Vought. Have fun and don't be a stranger. Love to have you back on the program soon. Right now it is 8:23. This is Larry and my friends Debbie, Sarah, and Reynolds Empower Home Team with Keller Williams specialize in selling homes that didn't sell the first time. They do this through their consumer programs that are simply not offered by other agents. These programs are proven sellers 6.1% more than the average agent. Debbie and Sarah are so confident in their services, they'll guarantee the sale of your home. When you sit down with them, you agree to a price and deadline by which to sell. If your home doesn't sell, Debbie and Sarah will buy it. That's their guarantee. It's really that simple. Becky came to Reynolds Empower Home Team after a very frustrating and stressful experience with their first realtor. Debbie and Sarah were able to sell her home for top dollar in less than 10 days. Becky says what set them apart from other realtors was their vast experience and knowledge of the market. Results like this show why you should call my friends Debbie, Sarah, and Reynolds Empower Home Team right now. 844-344-SOLD. That's 844-344-SOLD or DebbieHasTheBuyers.com.
Hey, it's Julie from Window Nation. You know, February's a short month, don't forget. If you haven't looked at your calendar yet, it ends February 28th, which coincidentally is the last day you can save 60% off all window styles from Window Nation. Plus, you get 0 interest and no payments for 2 years, but only through the end of February. That's less than 28 days to save big on some of the best windows you can buy. So you got a tight timeline. That's less than 28 days to save big on some of the best windows you could buy. 28 days to get the windows that'll protect your home and your family for decades. Less than 28 days to get a quote on the windows that are going to stop the drafts and save you money on utility bills every month. Am I stressing you out? You only got 28 days. This February, you can miss Groundhog Day, President's Day, even Valentine's Day. Okay, don't miss Valentine's Day, but don't miss out on your chance to save 60% off all windows and pay nothing for 2 years. Only from Window Nation. Schedule your free in-home consultation right now at 866-90Nation or visit windownation.com. Tell them Julie sent you.
Experience the future of driving at the Washington, D.C. Auto Show. Explore the latest models, cutting-edge tech, and exciting innovations from top automakers. January 31st through February 9th. Tickets at WashingtonAutoShow.com.
It's 8:25 WMAL, traffic and weather every 10 minutes. First on the fives, here's Jamie Witten in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
Well, getting into town, we're improving over the about 14th Street Bridge. The crash up and on the freeway near Main Avenue cleared. Now, that was the eastbound crash. We now have a westbound accident on the freeway after the 3rd Street Tunnel, which is bunching us up not only on the 11th Street Bridge, but each direction of 295. Heads up in Gaithersburg, 2-car crash and one into a utility pole. So a lot going on southbound 355 just after Shady Grove Road. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Stormwatch 7 forecast.
Well, it's going to be dry today. Still a little damp this spring. The temperatures well above freezing, 30s and 40s. And we'll climb into the low 50s later today with a mix of sun and clouds, a little blustery at times, but later winds heading into the evening hours. Tomorrow, we'll be tracking a little snow to start the day. Temperatures will be in the 30s, but then sleet and freezing rain, so some ice concerns for your Saturday. Dry Sunday and tracking measurable snow possibly Tuesday. I'm 7 News meteorologist Eileen Whalen.
Thanks, Eileen. Right now it's 47 degrees at Reagan National at 8:26.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. Matters who does your taxes. Jackson Rock song. Get your max tax refund. Customers get $100 to switch. Don't miss the boat. Book an appointment with experts today. Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
It's Larry O'Connor. Now, if you're considering a home renovation project, such as a new gourmet kitchen, a spa-like bathroom, an in-law suite, or an addition, or how about a full floor plan remodel to age in place, David Foster and his team at Foster Remodeling Solutions can help you achieve the perfect remodel. For over 4 decades, Foster Remodeling Solutions has been providing Northern Virginia families with award-winning home renovation projects. And best of all, Foster Remodeling Solutions handles it all. From the design, the selection, and the build, you'll have one point of contact for your entire project. David explained that no matter the need, the keys to a great home renovation is proper planning and a design to give you better space utilization that meets your lifestyle. And oh, their craftsmanship is amazing. So trust the company I recommend, Foster Remodeling Solutions. To set up your own complimentary consultation, call 703-745-1110. That's 703-745-1110 or visit fosterremodeling.com.
Coach weight loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are not compounded.
Everyone's talking about the breakthrough of weight loss drugs, but too few can access or afford them. Hers is changing that. At forhers.com/radio, you can access doctor-trusted weight loss treatments tailored to you, like GLP-1 weekly injections with the same active ingredient as Ozempic and Wegovy, or oral medications at a fraction of the price. That's right. You'll save up to 91% per month on compounded semaglutide based on pricing for Hers. The same active ingredient as the name brand drug at 91% less. There's no hidden fees and no membership fees. Just one low, transparent price. And the process is 100% online. If prescribed, your personalized plan ships free directly to your door. Get started at forhers.com/radio to access affordable doctor-trusted weight loss plans that put you first. That's forhers.com/radio. forhers.com/radio.
The first 100 days is presented by Leonardo DRS. Our agility, your advantage.
After 2 weeks of furious action at breakneck speeds, the Trump administration's move to reshape government's being slowed somewhat by legal
About 7 miles per hour.
Boston puts a hold on the executive order to buy out federal employees until a court hearing can be held Monday. Labor unions are suing to try and stop the shutdown of USAID, and a dozen blue state attorneys general are filing suits to stop Elon Musk's Doge from having further access to the Treasury Department's payment system.
In the mission-critical world of national defense, agility is essential. As the new administration navigates through its first 100 days, speed, purpose, and leadership are crucial to success. Leonardo DRS stands ready, embodying agility with disruptive technologies that revolutionize the military platforms of today and tomorrow. Our agility ensures rapid innovation, empowering our military's dominance and offering warfighters cost-effective capabilities to accomplish their mission. At Leonardo DRS, our agility is your advantage.
Coming up, we've got Bret Baier, anchor of Fox News' special report to talk to us about everything going on, including his pre-game interview with President Trump. Stay with us. It's O'Connor Truckin at 8:30.
Roger, right, sir.
FM Woodbridge, Washington, for Cumulus Media Station. Making sense of the news. Talk 529. News now.
The New Mail News at 8:30. Good morning, everyone. I'm John Matthews. Today's the deadline for 2 federal agencies, the OPM and OMB, to turn in their plans to get workers back into their offices.
A memo from the leaders of each agency requested descriptions of the steps that will be taken to amend telework agreements, a timeline of when employees will return to the office, and the date each agency expects to be in compliance. The directive does allow for exceptions based on compelling reasons. It says they must be clearly spelled out of the plan. Remote staffers who are located more than 50 miles from an agency office can be phased back in or slowly. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
Some Fairfax County residents have been receiving mystery text messages advising them to oppose a new casino in Tyson.
The area code the text come from
from is Clark County, Nevada, home to Las Vegas and its many casinos.
I think there's in the past that MGM has been involved in, and I suspect they might have something to do with this.
Virginia Senate Majority Leader Scott Surrevell supports potentially putting a casino in Fairfax County. Surrevell says Virginia is losing hundreds of millions of dollars in tax money a year because of Virginians who cross the Potomac to gamble at the MGM Casino at National Harbor in Maryland.
7 News' Tom Rousey. Nearly all employees of the embattled USAID will be put on administrative leave today.
The State Department is putting some 10,000 USAID employees on paid leave effective this evening following alarming reports of the agency's spending. Secretary Marco Rubio, who was appointed as acting administrator for USAID, saying it's long strayed from its original mission of responsibly advancing America's interests abroad. Amid legal battles, as the White House says its Department of Government Efficiency continues getting a better understanding of how the federal government has been spending our money. Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
The Dow futures this morning are down 6 points. NASDAQ futures down 20. Sports, Jaden Daniels falls 1 vote short of being a unanimous choice for NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. The Bills' Josh Allen beats out the Ravens' Lamar Jackson for MVP. Caps come from behind and beat the Flyers. Up next, traffic and weather.
Calling Slayer Schulman LLP Attorney Advertising is responsible for the sale.
Attention former childhood residents of juvenile detention centers in Maryland. If you were housed at either Charles C. Kissimmee, Backbone Mountain Youth Center, Thomas Waxman Detention Center, Cheltenham Youth Detention Center, or any other juvenile detention center at any time in the past and were a victim of sexual abuse, now is the time to come forward, as you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. The Maryland Department of Juvenile Services faced complaints about rampant sexual abuse for decades and failed to protect youth inmates in these facilities. If you are housed in a Maryland youth facility at any time and you are subjected to any sexual misconduct from staff members, you may be entitled to substantial cash compensation. Call our Maryland Juvenile Detention Helpline now at 800-285-3502. The deadline to file a claim is close. Call now to get the justice, closure, and the financial settlement you deserve. No matter how many decades ago it was, call our law firm's Juvenile Detention Sexual Abuse at 800-285-3502. 800-285-3502. 800-285-3502.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, and anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-239-1749. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, or overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-239-1749. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-239-1749. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-239-1749. 800-239-1749 or BigLou.com.
These winter temperatures have your garage door working slower than normal or making strange noises. Those noises could mean trouble, so don't wait for a breakdown. Visit my friends at GarageDoorRepair.com today. Whether it's just seasonal preventive maintenance or replacement, my friend Willie White and his team have you covered this winter, and you'll have the peace of mind of knowing that you're working with a family-owned business that's helped thousands of families across the DMV. When you need garage door repair, visit Garage Door Repair.
I'm Katie from Long Roofing. What if I told you your roof could be energy efficient, stylish, and affordable? It can be with metal accent roofing from Long. Metal shingles add timeless curb appeal to your home. And remember, highest quality doesn't have to mean highest price. Right now, get 50% off materials, plus no payments and no interest for 2 years. Visit longroofing.com to get your free estimate today.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows that with job site deliveries in the same day, you can get what you need without losing valuable time. They help, you save. One unknown depends on orders. Those for same-day delivery. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day-delivery for details.
WMAL traffic and weather. Here is Jamie Whitten in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
Heading through town, freeway delays each direction. The current crash westbound 695 after the 3rd Street Tunnel. That continues to jam us off of the inbound 11th Street Bridge. Each direction of 295 slows to merge into that backup. Now, the crash on the eastbound freeway near Main Avenue, that was cleared. Starting to see those delays ease on the inbound 14th Street Bridge. Gaithersburg, the 2-car crash southbound on 355 south of the Shady Grove Road. One of the vehicles in the utility pole, so a lot of activity there. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Stormwatch 7 forecast. Today, we'll have a mix of sun and clouds. Highs around 50 and a little breezy windy at times. Overnight lows fall into the upper 20s to around 30, so below freezing for your Saturday morning. We are going to track some light snow showers to develop into late morning, and then it will turn to freezing rain and rain during the afternoon. So keep that in mind for your Saturday plans. I'm 7 News meteorologist Heather Whalen.
Right now it is 43 in Dale City, 44 in Silver Spring, 46 at Reagan National. I'm John Matthews, News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. O'Connor and Company.
8:37 now this Friday. We're closing out your week strong, and we're going to hand it off to Chris Plant in 30 minutes. It's Larry O'Connor with Patrice on Oka, the delightful Patrice. Good morning, Patrice.
Well, thank you. Happy Friday, Larry. And we're wearing red for Women's Heart Health today.
Women's Heart Health Day. Wear red, especially if you work at Target. Wear, well, every day is Women's Heart Health Day.
There you go.
Or if you're a fan of the Kansas City Chiefs, joining us right now is Stud Muffin. He's the host of Special Report. Yeah, that's his title, Stud Muffin.
You said it, not me.
Special Report. And he's got a bit of it, as the kids say.
4 miles, making a left on.
It didn't hurt that the
Yule Road
is going to be on Fox Network. But nonetheless, Bret Baier, congratulations on your expected sit-down with President Donald Trump. Quite a few eyes will be on that one, considering it's during the Super Bowl.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning. It should be, air a pregame show, probably around 3:30 p.m. Game, obviously at 6. So I think it'll be great. And there'll be a section that airs during that pregame show, and then the rest of the interview will air on Special Report on Monday. So we should cover a lot of interesting topics.
Yeah, I should think so. There's plenty to discuss this week, or after the past 2.5 weeks of this new Trump presidency. I mean, I've been watching Special Report, and you're experiencing a lot of what we're experiencing every day, which is where do you begin, and what can you really drill down on? I think somebody likened it to the no-huddle offense. This plan, this breakneck speed sort of approach to the first couple of weeks of this presidency, it seems like it was pretty well thought out and executed, doesn't it?
100%. I think, the president doesn't what he wants to do, and then a lot of people who think and have spent years, kind of preparing for inauguration day. They're ready to go. And we were done with the shock and awe as far as the speed in which it's all going.
Well, it was talking about shock and awe. I mean, Washington is abuzz with uncertainty now that the fork in the road buyout for federal employees has been paused by a federal judge. I mean, where do you see this going? And have Democrats put forward sort of good mounting any sort of good opposition, any pressure to what President Trump and his administration is doing?
No, they haven't. I think the estimate that the House so far has taken that buyout for the 6-month buyout, and it's not unprecedented. Bill Clinton, back in his presidency, signed an executive order to reduce the federal government by 100,000 people. And the crazy part is Bill Clinton's Secretary of State, Warren Christopher, actually suggested dismantling USAID and putting it under the Secretary of State. So it's not crazy ideas. And Democrats, it seems to me, are trying to find a message, and they haven't done that yet. And when you're fighting for some of these programs that you're listing in the, waste, fraud, and abuse list of, transgender operas in Serbia, it's a tough political thing to do.
Well, you're right, and that's sort of been the political magic behind all of this, Brett, and no doubt because of the backdrop of the Super Bowl. Some of your questions for the president, I suspect, or he'll just flip the question to the topic of protecting women's sports. You know, one of those issues that is an 80% favorable issue most places in the country, but are we witnessing sort of the phenomenon of sort of the I know it's a cliche, but there is this news corridor in Manhattan, Washington, D.C., where they see issues like this from a very different perspective than the rest of the country. That's sort of what sets Fox News apart, is that you guys actually do sort of tap into what's going on outside of the Beltway and outside of Manhattan.
Yeah, it could be 80-20, it could be 90-10, male, women's sports. And, you know, that image of girls supporting their dads to keep signing that executive order, I think, you know, we're going to look back years from now and say that was really an iconic image of this presidency after meeting on that very successfully, you know, on the campaign.
Yeah. You know, something also that happened this week was President Trump meeting with Republicans and laying out, I believe it was yesterday or so, laying out what his agenda is for the budget reconciliation and tax, extending his tax cuts. Do you think that he's pressuring or will be pressuring some of those Republicans, particularly in blue states that are going to be holdouts and have already telegraphed that they're willing to hold up the budget reconciliation bill over the SALT deduction, state and local tax deduction, or some of their other important priorities?
Yeah, I think let's look at the election steps. I think executive orders they've got down, and they know what they want to do on, you know, putting together one big beautiful bill or two. I think it's really still sticky, and I think the House Republicans may get trumped by word by Senate Republicans.
About 2 miles.
It is going to be, and by the way, some of the resistance is going to come not just from Republicans in blue states about the SALT issue, but also Freedom Caucus Republicans like Chip Roy who want cuts to offset those tax cuts as well. And it's going to be an interesting intramural argument. All right, enough of this. Our commanders obviously got sadly bounced out by those ugly Eagles up there in Philadelphia. Are you picking anyone in this game? Honestly, this is one of those things where it's like you want it to be a scoreless tie at the end of the game. I can't root for either of them.
I know, it's a tough thing. You know, I did a Super Bowl ad with Sean Hannity that it was really fun to shoot, and they gave me the Philadelphia jersey, which was very tough to put on.
You see, next time you got to put that in your contract, Brett. That's outrageous.
no Eagles jerseys, right?
Yes.
But I do think that Kansas City may be destined to make history. We'll see. It's a very close game heading in, so I think it's going to be fun to watch.
We'll be watching. All right, Brett, good luck with the interview. We can't wait to see it. And surely we'll be talking about it Monday morning.
Clear up.
All right, see you.
It is 8:44. Did you know that you can sell your home guaranteed? Hi, it's Larry. What sets Debbie, Sarah, and Reynolds and our home team with Keller Williams apart from other realtors is that they know how to sell your home fast and for the most money. They do this through their proprietary marketing system and home seller programs. They're so confident in this that if your home doesn't sell, Debbie and Sarah will buy it at a price agreeable to you. That's their guarantee. Reynolds and Power Home Team offers 711 pre-screened qualified buyers in waiting. More buyers equals more offers, which equals more money for you. Lily and Jason reached out to Debbie and Sarah needing to sell their home. They got multiple offers and were under contract by day 5 for $25,000 over asking. Holly said that it was Reynolds and Power Home Team's expertise in marketing that led to the successful home sale. Results like this show why you should call Debbie, Sarah, and Reynolds and Power Home Team now. 844-344-SOLD. 844-344-SOLD. Or visit DebbieHasBuyers.com. It's 8:45 now. WMAL traffic and weather every 10 minutes. First on the 5s with Chief Whitten in the Car Cleaning Traffic Center.
Have problems at the signal lights northwest Constitution Avenue and 12th Streets. They are on flash. We need to treat as a four-way stop. They're trying to fix those, so be cautious through there, please. Still trying to clear the crash on the westbound freeway, westbound 695 after the 30
Church Street Tunnel. This gives us a late rush hour. Unfortunately, we're jammed on the inbound 11th Street Bridge and merging into those delays. Gaithersburg, the crash, 2 vehicles, 1 and 2B. Utility pole, southbound 355 after Shady Grove Road. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Stormwatch 7 forecast. Today, a mix of sunny clouds, highs around 50, and it'll be a little breezy and windy at times. Overnight lows fall into the upper 20s to around 30, so below freezing for your Saturday morning. We are going to track some light snow showers to develop into late morning, and then it will turn to freezing rain and rain during the afternoon, so keep that in mind for your Saturday plans. I'm 7 News meteorologist Eileen Whalen.
It's 47 degrees right now at 8:46.
Traffic and weather brought to you by Hadid Carpet Cleaning. Whether it's snow, wetness, or holiday traffic that's ground into your treasured carpets or working rugs, it's time for a cleanly resolution. You don't need rugs, you just need Hadid.
One red, yellow, something.
A third of equal or lesser value, free. Visit JoeHadid.com. Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer? Can we sleep cooler? Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now save 50% on the new Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Plus free home delivery when you add a base. Ends Monday. Exclusively in the Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose woolly stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Coach weight loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are not compounded.
Everyone's talking about the breakthrough of weight loss drugs, but too few can access or afford them. Hers is changing that. At forhers.com/radio, you can access doctor-trusted weight loss treatments tailored to you, like GLP-1 weekly injections with the same active ingredient as Ozempic and Wegovy, or oral medications at a fraction of the price. That's right. You'll save up to 91% per month on compounded semaglutide based on pricing for Hers. The same active ingredient as the name brand drug at 91% less. There's no hidden fees and no membership fees. Just one low, transparent price. And the process is 100% online. If prescribed, your personalized plan ships free directly to your door. Get started at forhers.com/radio to access affordable, doctor-trusted weight loss plans that put you first. That's forhers.com/radio. forhers.com/radio.
Mark Levin, weekdays 6 till 9 on 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
Patrice, it's always a different dynamic here every morning on O'Connor and Company, whether I'm with Julie Dunlock or if I'm with Mercedes Schlepp or whoever. And I got to be honest, I probably am on my best behavior when you are here.
Yes. You do. You make a conscious effort.
I do. I feel like I can get away with more with some of my other colleagues who will not allow me to act like the 12-year-old boy that I instinctively want to be. And that's why I broach this topic with some hesitancy and trepidation. Apparently, CNN, the Democrats on the left, are absolutely outraged because one of the tech wizards on Elon Musk's Doge team is a 25-year-old programming genius who goes by the nickname Big Balls.
The fact that he named himself that probably says something.
Well, I don't know that he named himself that.
Oh, okay, I don't.
Let's not leap to conclusion. Here is CNN trying to express the outrage that obviously everyone must feel that someone now working on making our government more efficient is named or in fact possesses meatballs. Here it is.
Yes, this is a 19-year-old high school graduate who has used the unfortunate nickname
Coming at you.
online, so that we don't want to confirm him. He is now working at Trusses inside Doge, and we looked into his background, and so we found several notable things, Aaron. One of which is that this individual has founded multiple companies, including one with another unfortunate
Blind curve, whole car.
Sexy LLC, which he established in 2021. He would have been around 16 years old. Now, this LLC controls dozens of web domains. The kid is a genius.
Two more coming at you.
Yeah, exactly. He's a genius. There's several notable things. I think when it comes to big balls, it's just a couple of notable things, not several. For some reason, they decided to have a panel of exclusively uptight.
Four on the right, one coming at you. Blind curve, blind hill.
Really don't like this idea. Cut 20, they're triggered by the idea of big balls having any say.
In the private information.
Tree close, three coming at you. Four.
As young as 19, the big balls here that he's talking about. Early 20s. There's an exception I'm going to get to in a minute. I'm curious though, Kira, how well does even
The black car's last one.
The Chiron.
I have no idea.
They're stopped over top the hill.
Apparently, they were screaming on social media saying, I didn't vote for big balls. Elon Musk replied and said, I enthusiastically voted for big balls, and we're happy to have it.
Always some
I
bullshit.
think it's actually kind of funny to see some of the
Four on the right, blind hill. I got two coming up that hill, and I got a bunch of shit on the shoulder after the hill. Three.
A lot of these feminists, these Me Too, hashtag Me Too women, gain their prominence and their power.
And it's a blind curve after the hill.
During the past few years, and then add on DEI, they hate this. I mean, I just think...
Just those three, and then one coming up with another blind curve.
...was smart enough to figure out how to set up an LLC that has a bunch of domain names, so...
Another one flying towards you.
When Tesla Sexy to come along, he's already got the domain
Slow down.
name locked down, and you have to pay him. Like that kind of genius that doesn't necessarily need a 4-year degree.
Coming at you.
That's exactly what we need in the federal government, not these highly educated people who are no good to anybody other than themselves.
Let's not forget they're heroes.
Tree on the right, two coming down the hill at you.
Mark Zuckerberg created Facebook when he was 19 years old. And if this guy happens to like basketball, who are we to...
And more trees on the right, blind hill.
I like basketball as much as the next guy. Those are the biggest balls you're going to have in sports. And I think that's... Does he need some
Rugby.
I
thought rugby balls.
Rugby's not as big as basketball.
Two more coming down the hill towards you.
Those are definitely eight. I know my big balls. Basketballs are... It's 8:53.
The big balls here.
Dr. Sanjay Gupta. Just like some of our bodies grow faster than others, the same can be said of our brains.
A blind left-hand curve, we're making a right at the blind left.
Brains that function similar to someone years younger, called chronological superagers. On this topic,
A big truck coming at you.
Scotland. It found that some aspects of cognitive abilities in older age may be connected to test scores from around age 11. In other words, that means some amount of brain aging is genetic, out of your control. But according to this study's author, some things, like keeping physically and mentally active and engaged, having a few vascular risk factors, not smoking, or having a high BMI, those things can help. We came up with an idea, the author said. They like marginal gains, not magic bullets, is a good way to think about a recipe for better cognitive aging. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications.
Making a right here. If you want to wait a minute, I'll go look at it.
Price that works best for you. And then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter.
And make sure we can get turned around.
Pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens. And it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off
Got quite a few coming out for you.
GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance. Are you a parent?
We're good if you want to go ahead and make your right.
Closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio.
You got 2 or 3 more coming out at you.
Heard of ABC Mouse?
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month. Then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensate for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
It's 8:55 WMAL traffic and weather.
Bird here on the right now, right up here on the left.
The Hadid carpet cleaning truck traffic center.
Patrice, a couple of our late snags. Virginia commuters northbound 95. I know you're in a little bit of a delay if you're pushing into
I guess
Woodbridge.
this is
Due to the crash northbound 95 into Princewood Parkway. Help now at the scene. Looks like that left lane is crowded. But once you get through there,
nope, it's up here. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Beltway. Also, Dale City. The accident is on the northbound side of Dale Boulevard before Minnieville Road. With that slowdown. 270, once you get past 109, pretty good shape the rest of the way onto the 270 spur with light volume. Now from Garage Door Repair.com, the WMAL Stormwatch 7 forecast. Part of the cloudy skies, highs around 50, and breezy to windy at times. A little less snow possible tomorrow morning before transitioning to sleet, freezing rain, and plain rain. Temperatures will be in the 30s. We're dry though Sunday for the big game, highs in the 50s. Dry Monday as well, but accumulating snow looking likely Tuesday. Somebody's meteorologist by the way.
Thanks, Eileen. It's 47 degrees right now at Reagan National at 8:56.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Tap into your well-being with Audible audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. Expand your life with expert insight and motivation for better health, habits, relationships, finance, and more. Start listening free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com.
1877 cars for kids. KARS cars for kids. 1877 cars for kids. Donate your car today. 1877 cars for kids. KARS cars for kids. 1877 cars for kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a maximum tax deduction and a vacation
I did one of
voucher.
the keys in that Pettibone.
KARS cars for kids. 1877 cars for kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Magnolia Square, Slater Schulman, LLP, attorney advertising is responsible for
They
this.
always got a fucking mailbox.
Residents of juvenile detention centers in Maryland. If you were housed at either Charles Hickey School, Backbone Mountain Youth Center, Thomas Waxter Detention Center, Cheltenham Youth Detention Center, or Juvenile Detention Center at any time in the past, sexual abuse, now is the time to come forward. You may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Maryland Department of Juvenile Services complains about rampant sexual abuse for decades and failed to protect youth inmates in these facilities. If you are housed in a Maryland youth facility at any time and are subjected to any sexual misconduct from staff members, you may be entitled to substantial cash compensation. Call our Maryland Juvenile Detention Helpline now at 800-285-3502. The deadline to file a claim is close. Call now to get the justice, closure, and the financial settlement you deserve. No matter how many decades ago it was, call our law firm's Juvenile Detention Sexual Abuse Helpline right now at 800-285-3502. 800-285-3502. 800-285-3502.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 40-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term life insurance may only cost you about $100 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-239-1749. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Providers help thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance to buy $1 million of affordable term life for you. All you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-239-1749. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-239-1749. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. For affordable term life insurance, call 800-239-1749. 800-239-1749 or biglou.com.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 9. Good morning, everyone. I'm John Matthews. The Senate Transportation Panel met behind closed doors Thursday with the National Transportation Safety Board to get a briefing on last week's collision over the Potomac.
Senator Ted Cruz says they learned that the Black Hawk helicopter had a safety feature that allowed it to spot other aircraft, but it was turned off at the time of the crash. He also said FAA rules allow military aircraft to disable the real-time tracking data system under certain circumstances.
We need to follow the evidence, and then we need to learn lessons from the cause of that accident and do everything possible to prevent a subsequent accident.
Senators were also split when asked about the possibility of Elon Musk helping to overhaul the FAA's technology.
7 News' Adam Longo. With the Trump administration's deferred resignation program to buy out federal workers on pause until Monday, workers have more time to think about the offer. 7 News spoke with one worker who said no.
It seems to be so fast and so haphazard that I wouldn't jeopardize my career. He didn't want to share his face or the agency he works at, but he said the buyout isn't for him because nobody knows what's going to happen. There could be a reorg, there could be a riff, nobody knows. He said that uncertainty is permeating throughout his office and through the group of other federal employees who chose not to take the Trump administration's offer.
7 News' Josh Chapin. As the federal government now flees from DEI, Loudoun County is embracing it.
Despite what is happening at the national level, I just want to say I am so proud of our county right now.
Supervisor Julie Briskman in firm support of the idea called the Loudoun Equity Action Plan, where lead supervisor Caleb Kirshner voted against.
I think we should be looking to hire the best and the brightest, regardless of what sex, race, orientation, etc. that you are.
County Chair Phyllis Randall, part of that 7-2 vote in favor of approval.
Let's not pretend that we have always been the county we are now, because just 10 years ago, there were some very different things going on.
Scotland on WMAL and WMAL.com.
Montgomery County Executive Mark Elridge says fear is growing there over federal immigration enforcement.
These developments create fear and uncertainty for many of our neighbors, particularly in our immigrant communities.
Even as a new Wallet Hub survey of the most diverse cities finds,
Montgomery County finished in the top 5.
Silver Spring, Gaithersburg, and Germantown as the most diverse city in the nation, says Wallet Hub's Chip Lupo. While Mark Elridge says immigrant communities are concerned.
So far, we haven't seen anything that would qualify as a raid. I use so far as the operative word.
Barbara Britt, WMAL and WMAL.com.
A Prince William County delegate is leading an effort to allow prosecutors in Virginia to charge anyone who provides fentanyl to a person who dies of an overdose with involuntary manslaughter.
There's more than a crisis, that's an epidemic. And so we needed a direct approach in the code.
Democratic delegate Josh Thomas tells 7 News if we are serious about protecting our communities, it starts with holding people accountable. A similar bill is being heard in the Virginia Senate. It looks like there will not be much of a battle over the budget in Virginia this session. The Democratic-controlled General Assembly advanced bills in both the House and Senate that include broad tax cuts and rebates for all taxpayers, plans that drew bipartisan support and passed by wide margins. Governor Glenn Youngkin praised lawmakers in a written statement saying, quote, while there are areas where we agree and others we may disagree, we will go to work and deliver for Virginians as we have done the past 3 years. Checking your money. The Dow futures up 27 points. NASDAQ futures down 7. Up next, traffic and weather.
The WMAL Free Speech Forum, the first 100 days. Join your favorite WMAL personalities live on stage. Sunday, April 27th at the Birchmere in Alexandria.
That's a good thing.
Get your tickets before they sell out at WMAL.com.
Americans love using their credit cards, the most secure and hassle-free way to pay. But DC politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Commission.
Get ready for the concert event of the summer. Willie Nelson and family.
Silver City card numbers out through Thursday and Saturday for the John Public on sale Friday at 10 a.m. Get tickets at livenation.com.
Jamie Whitten at the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
Quick crash on Virginia's 95 northbound as you come up to the Prince William Parkway.
bank robber Willie Sutton with like the Red Cross. These people steal on a scale never seen before in human history. And if you mention it, and he... Now it's just that mental illness that...
Where's that dumpster on that side?
It's the Democrat Party. And a very good Friday to you. Welcome back once again. We remain at 888-630-9625. One of the things
I'm going to have to go straight back.
David Hogg, one of the
I'm going to go straight back to the stuff. I ain't going to be the
by the Democrat Party. He was at the Parkland school shooting in Florida years ago, and the Democrats decided to grab him and
back out.
There's no way to pull back out and get it over this way, is there?
Unless I go all the way back down again. Unless I go all the way back down and get the run.
I know the truck can't go back too much farther.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna have any room to dump the next one.
If I get it back far enough.
You can't go back too much farther.
Yeah.
15 foot back, your truck's gonna sink. Off over there.
Yeah. Damn. You know what I mean? You hate to leave the spot you already got.
Right. Well, we got another one to bring and you're against the dumpster.
Yeah. Well, let's go back out. Let's go back out.
Banned from Twitter.
It's unfortunate I can't get that better.
Yeah.
And a lot of fun at Mediaite, no less. I don't know what they're trying to do over there at Mediaite, but they're all over the map these days. But that's fine. They can be all over the map, of course. But today they've got the top 10 tweets by David Hogg, child prophet of doom. And the Democrat Party is still using him, and now he's the deputy, the number 2 guy, the vice chair of the DNC. Wah, wah, wah. And David Hogg writing on Twitter, I'm one of the most politically toxic people in the country, and I'm too radical for American politics. Because he had to declare that he's not running for office in 2022, as the Democrats wanted to run him for office. I think he was 12 at the time. It's possible. And he wrote, we have enough straight white men in power. He's a white man. I don't think any Democrat is straight anymore.
This is the vice chairman of the Democratic National Committee, you know. Womp, womp, womp. And this is good. He doesn't understand a lot, he said, really. You know, the Democrats, we've played the audio here many times before. The Democrat in Washington, D.C., who said that we stole the land from the deer. Remember that audio, that we stole the land from the deer? He said not from the Native Americans. Why don't you need one to kill humans? I'm guessing that's not a pro-life, anti-abortion statement by David Hogg, because his tiny little brain. And he wrote, the NRA needs to be designated a terrorist organization for the role their supporters played in staging an insurrectionist coup. They use the words, but they don't know what they mean. I got an idea. If Democrats stopped shooting people, we'd be swooped overnight. Why don't you stop shooting people? Stop killing.
I made a phone call. Stealing.